I do want to just take a minute to talk about the context and why communication is now such a vital part of every person in your organisation's responsibilities, and why your communication can be a wonderful differentiating opportunity between your business and your competitors. So the bigger picture stuff is really this, okay? It's that technology has democratized the factors of media production and distribution, okay? It's democratized the factors of media production and distribution. This is the gift of technology as it relates to communication. So to reach your audience and their influences, you no longer have to buy ink in 44-gallon drums. You don't need to buy space from someone who owns transmission towers. You don't need to rent space from someone who owns a fleet of trucks. Technology has gifted your business the same tools and processes of the great media companies. And this is an important point to understand, is that everybody that you need to reach and engage with in order for you to encourage the behaviour that you need to achieve your business objectives is connected. They're on the grid. They're there. So that connectivity piece and that problem is solved. So that's the starting point, that those people who are out there, they are looking at their phones hundreds of times a day. They're looking at their computers, they're watching their TVs, their smart TVs, and they are consuming content in many different types of channels in many different forms. And they're looking for content that is engaging to them, is informative to them, and is useful to them. So that's the big picture context stuff to understand. And it's a big idea, but at the same time, it's really important that you understand that is the opportunity that you've got. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, yeah, but there's only one of me or whatever. That doesn't really matter. What matters is to know is that is now the truth. That is the fundamental operating context of where you are, is that the people that you need to reach and engage are connected. They are there on the grid. You are connected to them. So how are you going to tell your story in such a way that you are going to capture their attention and ultimately turn them into a customer? So that's the point of communication. Now, I'm not sure people are quite thinking about communication in those terms, and often it is something that's done as an afterthought or it's looked upon as a nice to have. But I would argue that what technology and the growth and advent of mobile phones and greater connectivity and higher broadband speeds, and with more to come with 5G and lower latency networks, this potential for you to craft a consistent and compelling narrative and express that through content to your customers and their influencers should address, and that content that really should address their most burning needs, and for you to be the person who creates that content and solves those problems. Well, it's just a huge opportunity, a massive opportunity, and that is the gift of technology.